Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Got a very special episode today. I'm here with my best friend Nick Greystone of Demon Scar and Primal Scream podcast. Nick, and say hello to the kiddies.
What up, yo?
He's got his pictures here of his daughter. Respect that. He's like, you want to get rid of this? I'm like, no, leave it up.
John Jay in his prime.
John Jay in his prime. We're at the 7-Eleven where he used to go for his coffee and his paper every morning. And today we're doing a little something different on the go-to. So normally it's my go-to. It's cigars, coffee, whatnot. Today we're doing the go-to Long Island tour. My best friend Nick here is the unofficial tour guide of Long Island. He knows about every infamous incident that's happened here. So we're going to cover today everything from Amy Fisher to the Gilgo Beach Killer. And it's going to be an awesome tour. We're just getting started here in our hometown of Belmore, New York, and we'll see where it takes us. So here we go. Tell me your best friends in a band without telling me your best friends in a band. So we're on our way to the first stop on the tour, which is Complete Auto Body, which was Joey Buttafuoco's auto shop. Nick, how did you come up with this idea of doing the tour?
Honestly, I gotta give my props to Mama Rosie. So Mama Rosie used to take me to all the happenings when it was like the big thing. So yeah. I guess how I got into true crime, I was about 10 years old, and it was the 10-year anniversary of The Son of Sam. So for those of you who don't know, The Son of Sam's David Berkowitz came up with the whole thing of being ordered by a dog to kill, and that was like 10 years, and they released like he did an interview and stuff, and the news was pretty big. So at that point I was fascinated by the fact that someone could tell you that they were talking to a dog, and, you know, that was their thing. And from there then I started, you know, reading books and stuff. I had this encyclopedia of serial killers called Hunting Humans.
That's nice bedtime material.
Yeah, easy light
reading before going to sleep. Yeah, welcome to my nightmare. Wow. So this tour we're going on here, I got this first tour back in high school, and it just stops have been added along the way as stuff's happened here on Long Island. But Long Island's got a lot of history, and that's one of the things why we wanted to stop here and take you along here. So we're almost at where we got to go, and when we get there, we'll get into a little bit more of what happened there. So here we are now on the first trip of the tour. This is the infamous, what was it called back then?
It was Complete Auto Body.
It was Complete Auto Body. Joey Buttafuoco, that was his body shop where some of the deeds happened with him and Amy Fisher, allegedly.
He had a upstairs office. He ran the place with his brother. I believe it was his father's first. So how he met Amy Fisher, she had just gotten her license, and her parents bought her a nice car. I'm not sure if it was a Mustang, or if it was Firebird or something, but she dinged it up, and he took the job. The father knew of him, so he went there, and then they had a little budding friendship that turned into sexuals.
Ooh.
And then she was young too, you know, when he started with her, she was 16 years old, you know.
You think about how crazy that is, but here on Long Island, when that happened, you know, we're from Belmore. Nick's more north, I was more south. Actually, my nephews will go to that high school that she went to. So this is a very local story.
Yeah.
It was Massapequa, Belmore, Freeport, you know, so it was like literally right in our backyards. And the crazy thing was that one day Amy Fisher, you know, because Joey was not going to leave his wife for her and his children, got a gun. And you think about this in broad daylight, went and shot Mary Jo Buttafuoco in the face, like right out in the open.
Yep.
You know, in a suburb of Massapequa, which is crazy. And it became national news.
The Long Island Lolita.
The Long Island Lolita. It was crazy. It was all over the place. And you know, you think about it, you know, we drove here. It's 10 minutes from where we live. So you think about what happened up there, and how it changed the course of events for many people.
Oh, yeah, everyone. You know, he couldn't go anywhere without being seen because he was very animated. He was an animated guy. You know, he spoke like us, like an Italian Long Island guy. And, you know, his wife stood by her man the whole time, you know, and like she had problems from it. She had sensory problems. Her lip was drooped, so she had kind of like the rocky lip. You know, his kids were young, you know, so they had, I think, you know, it really hit them the worst because, you know, kids suck, you know, especially when you go to school with, like, you know, hazing, bullying and everything. And then if your father's Joey Buttafuoco, like, terrible. Amy Fisher's family suffered too. They lost their business and everything. They had to pay a lot of money for her to get her good lawyers and stuff. And you know what? She got a slap on the wrist if you think about it. She says that she pistol whipped her and the gun went off. But most likely she just pulled the trigger. But she got attempted murder, and I think she did about 7.5 years.
How crazy is that? How crazy is that? You think about it. It was definitely a different time back then, and we didn't have social media. So imagine if social media was around. It would have been absolutely insane. Pictures everywhere. But yeah, no. So I hope you enjoyed the first stop here on the tour, and we're going to take you to the next one. So I'm laughing over here because Nick just told me a really funny story about his brother going to the auto body shop with Joey Buttafuoco. Go ahead, Nick, tell him the story.
So right in the prime of it, you know, my older brother Matt, my only brother, so I know of, went in there. I believe he was driving his truck at that point, and he needed some welding done on the exhaust or something, and he talked to Joey Buttafuoco, and Joey said that they don't bend pipe there. And my brother was laughing in the back of his head thinking, oh, you don't bend the pipe for me, but you sure bent it for Amy Fisher.
Matt Greystone.
Classic.
Legend, classic. So the next stop on the tour is the Long Island Lolita's home itself. This is it?
Yeah.
So we're going to do this real quick. This is where Amy Fisher lived. That's the house where she grew up.
And a little bonus to that, so she used to dip out of her house and walk down the street over here, and it's not visible from over here. I don't know where the hell it is, but she would walk in here to a dock, and Joey Buttafuoco would pick her up in his boat. Double Trouble, it was called.
So she'd walk down the block from our house, and she would get into the whole Messerschmitt, as they say.
Yeah.
And he used to come right over here and pick her up. I mean, this is crazy. This was happening right here on Long Island. Insane.
The next stop is going to be the Buttafuoco residence in Massapequa.
All right, so we'll see you when we get there.
All right, so we are pulling up to the Biltmore Beach Club, and this is a club that the Buttafuocos used to belong to, because they had boats and stuff. They had a really good life over here until that day when it was disturbed.
Not a bad life. Not a bad life.
You know, and just to toss it all away because of what he did, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we're coming up to his house.
To this house over here on the right, and yeah, this is. It really looks the same, you know. But Amy Fisher knocked on the door and said, "I'm here because I heard my little sister is having an affair with your husband," and she asked her what her name was, and she said her name was Anna Marie, and she lived on Dolphin.
Okay.
and she said, well, my husband is having an affair with your sister. What's your proof? She's like, right here. And she showed her a complete auto body shop t-shirt.
Okay.
So that's what really did her in, because at that point, when Amy Fisher shot Mary Jo, it took her a couple of days to come out of her coma and come to her wits or whatever, and she was saying, t-shirt, girl, Anna Marie is the one that shot me. So Joey was like, we just made these t-shirts, and I really didn't give them out to many people, but I did give one to Mr. Fisher's daughter. And she really didn't think too, far ahead. She said her name was Anna Marie. Amy, it's not too far off. So the cops ended up tailing her and everything, and that was it. She confessed to it, and it was a big trial, a big case and everything. But over here in front of us is the boat dock where Joey used to keep his boat, Double Trouble. And I guess that's a bit of a sign, because he was always in trouble. Even though he had a good life, he did have his run-ins with the law and everything. I think he had a DWI, he was arrested, he had a drug problem, but he was the main breadwinner in the family with the with the auto body shop and everything. And then this must have cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars to get out of this mess.
Reputation, everything. We talked about it before. To think about it, 30 was 92, so 33 years ago that happened right over here. And it's just insane to think about what happens like in your town or neighboring towns. But it was quite the scandal here, and it is still folklore and legend, and people still bring up the name Joey Buttafuoco, and they're talking about a Guido guy and things like that. It's like, oh hey, Joey Buttafuoco over here,
Yeah, they make fun of him. Obviously they've gone on to do other things. Both of them had books.
Yeah.
They had miniseries. Melissa Milano, Drew Barrymore, and Noelle Parker all played Amy Fisher. Amy Fisher went on to porn. Yeah. And she married a guy that's like Joey's doppelganger, so I guess she has a type.
Yeah.
Joey Buttafuoco did celebrity boxing, and he knocked out China. That was not cool.
No.
Because that just shows you he's kind of a prick, yeah?
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's doing now. He really just kind of... He was always famous for going on the Howard Stern show. Howard loved putting him on.
Well, it was ratings. It was instant ratings. It was, everybody talked about this stuff. Howard's a Long Island guy, too.
Yep.
And it was always still in the forefront. So, Nick, what's the next stop?
The next stop is my future home. It's the Amityville Horror House.
My word. All right, we're going to head over there. We're losing daylight, so it should be fun getting that place in the dark, so we'll see you soon. A little spooky. The light is what we're working with, the light and what it is here, but Nick wanted to tell a story, so I'm going to pass it over to him.
All right, so we're in the parking lot right now on the corner of Ocean and Montauk Highway, and this is the old location of the Dakota Rose. The Dakota Rose was a bar that Ronald DeFeo Jr. used to go to. Butch DeFeo. And on the wee hours of November 13th, 1974, he came a-running in here from his house and said, oh my God, someone murdered my family. Everyone thought that he was obviously intoxicated. He looked like he was tripping on something. He was out of his fucking mind. And he said that, call the cops. And this is where everything started. Amityville, you just say the word Amityville, and the first thing that comes to your head is the Amityville Horror House.
So this is where everything started. DeFeo came running into the bar. And you know, I know people know the Amityville Horror by movies, and if you're not from Long Island, it's you know, again, one of those folklores. Is it real or not? But here for Long Island, it's very real to us. The stories are real. People that happen to are very real. The families that it still affects to this day. And again, it's something that happens here very close. You know, we're 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes from our homes. And yeah, this is
There was a media circus back then. Like, they were locking people up for coming here, and just, you'll be on the ride with us right now, because this is Ocean Avenue, and so basically, you know, this is suburbia. It's a quiet neighborhood, hardworking people and stuff, beautiful houses and everything, and everyone's life was turned upside down because of this, because reporters, cops, detectives, everything, they wanted to know what was going on, because at first they thought that this could have been possibly a mob hit, because DeFeo Sr. was a car salesman, and they thought that maybe he was involved with the mob some way.
See that? They always think an Italian is mobbed up. And it's anti-Italian discrimination. Maroon, gabagools.
So basically, it's not really well lit. I'm gonna pull over here. It does say no stopping, but that's okay. It's on the corner of South. South. Just a little bit of tidbit about it. You know, people say, is it haunted? Is it not, or whatever? But the thing is, the house always goes up for sale. I think the people that are in it now have lasted the longest. But usually every 5 years or so, the house just goes back up for sale. And like I said, you know, for me, it's a dream place for me to be, because, I don't know, like, I always said I would turn it into an Airbnb, possibly do seances and everything. This ties into other movie franchises too. The Conjuring films, the Warrens, they had their ties to the Amityville, because after the DeFeos left, they wanted to see what was going on, so they hired a team to go into the house, and what happened was they ended up leaving in the middle of the night because Lorraine Warren could not handle it. She said there was some kind of evil presence that was going on, and yeah, I mean, to me, I believe in that stuff. You know, I've always believed in that a house can have spirits. It can have bad, negative vibes in it and stuff. It came out that, you know, Ron DeFeo Jr. killed his family. He's saying that the house had some kind of demonic possession in it. His story always contradicted itself. He would always change it up and stuff. Then the DeFeos moved in. Once the DeFeos moved in, they lasted between 28 and 28 days.
Okay.
And they ended up abandoning their house. Like, they didn't know that people got killed here until they found out. The DeFeos did not know until other people started telling.
Ronald DeFeo killed the people.
Not the DeFeos.
What are you doing, Nicky?
Sorry.
This is your tour, and you're getting the names wrong. George something.
Lutz.
George Lutz. What a Lutz.
The Lutzes. George Lutz. They moved into the house, and they only lasted 21 to 28 days. And they abandoned the house. They left all their belongings, never came back. And it spawned books. It spawned a movie franchise. And an urban legend. And, you know, it's I truly believe that, you know, that something was up with this house. Like, something was going on.
And here we are tonight. We're sitting right out front of the house. It's hard to see. I'll try to get another picture of it for you guys, but there's the house right there. Maybe not seeing it, but seeing it is more of an effect. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not what you see; it's where your mind takes you.
Where your mind takes you. And we're gonna head out of here because we don't want to disturb these nice people. They probably get this all the time. I'll give you some tour. I'll give you some tour. You see that urgent care over there? That used to be a Cold Stone Creamery. Oh yeah. All right, so I know the light's not on. Hold on, let me see if I can get some light for you here. We just got busted by the
sun.
We just got busted by Rex Huerman's son, trying to pull up in front of the house.
Stepson, but
still.
Yeah, his son Chris. So this is First Avenue in
Massapequa,
and this is the home of the alleged Gilgo
beach killer.
Beach killer. The new kid on the block. The case is still going on. 20 years not solved. And I'm very surprised that the son is here because I believe the house has been up for sale or something's going on with it. But yeah. Couple of years ago.
Yeah, we were just past it right here.
Just past it over there. Right over here was the big media circus where I had my 15 minutes of fame.
That's how Primal Scream became a thing.
Yeah, and it's because I got a phone call from this guy right here.
Pull over on the side here. We'll tell a little bit of the story. Yeah, so what's crazy is, talk about the tour. I'm driving into work one day, and I'm listening to The Fan, which is a sports talk radio show, and they're talking about how the Gilgo Beach killer was caught. And he's from Massapequa, and I look up online, and they're at the house, the address. So I text him, and I go, new stop on the tour? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I sent him a text message, and he goes, I'll get there at some point today. 5 minutes later, he goes, I just left work. And he headed over, and Nick was interviewed on the news wearing his Texas Chainsaw Massacre hat. Yeah. And the famous meme is, honey, the news is outside, go get my hat. And then it says the hat, and it's him in that. And people are like, did he wear that on purpose? I'm like, no, that's what he went to work that day. That's how he went to work. So it's who he is. And yeah, we'll go by and try to get some B-roll for you.
Yeah,
but literally,
it's a crazy story.
We just pulled up to the house to do this, and his son was outside, and he kind of started walking towards the car. So we booked out of there. It was kind of, I should have the camera going, but yeah, of course I'm new to this whole thing. But yeah, we got busted trying to get in there. But yeah, like Nick said, the Gilgo Beach murders, it's been going on since the early 2010s. Unsolved mystery, and every year or so another body would be discovered. And like, it was frightening to think about here on Long Island. Like, these people going missing, and there was no leads or anything towards it. And how they found this guy, I guess they kind of had some hint, oh shit, they scared me. People walking the dog, I was like, they had some leads and everything, and
they sat on him.
They sat on him, and then he was eating pizza and threw it away, and they got the DNA off the pizza.
Eat the crust. Disgrazia.
Disgrazia to any fat man out there. You always finish your crust. What are you doing?
Unbelievable.
Come on, Rex. You got to know that. You finish the crust. You get a nice Hawaiian punch or a fruit punch or an iced tea, and you wash it down like a gentleman.
They actually, speaking of crust, the defense right now is trying to get that thrown out of court, but the judge is allowing it. I'm telling you, Suffolk County right now needs a home run with this because they dropped the ball horrifically. It's really because of what happened was Shannon Gilbert went missing. They tried to find Shannon Gilbert, and they found the first Gilgo 4. Then they started finding body after body, and they ended up finding 11 of them. And Shannon Gilbert being the last. And from there, one of the girls, I I believe it was Maureen Brainerd Barnes. She lived with a roommate that basically they were gonna roll the guy that was coming to the house, and it turned out to be Rex, and they were scared of him because of his size and everything. And she was last seen going to meet this ogreish man that drove a green avalanche from Massapequa. I don't know about you, but I don't think that's really there's many people that live in Massapequa Park that drive a green avalanche that are almost 7 foot tall and fit his description. Anyway, they sat on that evidence for almost 13 years. Once they arrested him, they went and confiscated, they said, over 300 electronic devices.
Crazy.
From him. So that could have been cell phones, computers, and they found manifests, basically how to dump bodies.
Oh my God.
How to stay off the radar.
Oh.
How to kill them and dispose of them. They found his wife's hair. They found his stepdaughter's hair, his daughter's hair, and his hair, as well as a belt on one of the victims that he ended up tying up in this burlap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of DNA, and like they said, like when it came back, the defense is saying that this is shouldn't be held up in court because it's non-nuclear DNA, which means there's no root to the DNA to hairs. But you know, the judge is saying that he's allowing it, so now they're gonna they're looking like the case is gonna start sometime in 2026, and who knows
what happens. What we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to loop around and get a picture of the house for you. There it is. That's the house. Before, the guy was right over there. There it is. That was the last stop on this tour. I want to thank my buddy Nick Greystone for being our tour guide, gracious tour guide. And I want to thank you for tuning into this episode. As always, you can find me on Instagram at Comic Anthony D. You can find Nick at Nizza6. Check out Primal Scream Podcast, available with all podcasts. So on Spotify, he's on Apple Podcasts, he's on YouTube. He records at Governor's Comedy Club every week. So go to their YouTube, Governor's Podcasts, and you can watch him live each week. Thursdays at 8 o'clock, you go live?
Yes.
Thursdays, 8 o'clock, he's live. Get his band Demon Scar. Go give them a listen. demonscar.bandcamp.com. Go check all of it out. And I want to thank everybody here for tuning into the latest go-to.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
The viewers, if anyone would be interested in a tour like this, DM me. You know, I'm thinking about starting up doing tours, and I just want to see basically, you know, the public's interest in it. So if you want to DM me, you know where to find me.
So there you go. Nizza6 over on Instagram. And DM Nick if you want to do a tour, if you're interested in a tour. I have a link below here for Buy Me a Coffee. All the money goes back into the podcast and keeping these videos going. It's not really a podcast, it's more of a vlog, but whatever. It goes into it, it helps it going. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later.